Alright, listen up, Marvel Rivals fans. Today we're diving into the best teammates for the Thing. That's right. Ben Grimm, the blue-eyed, rock-solid powerhouse from the Fantastic Four, has officially smashed his way into the mid-season 1 update. As a Vanguard hero, he's built to take a beating and dish it right back. But let's be real, this is a team-based hero shooter. If you want to maximize his potential, you'll need the right allies by your side. So, who should you be pairing him with? Well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. Some heroes in Marvel Rivals have abilities that perfectly complement the Thing's tanky, brawler playstyle. Whether it's a strategist boosting his durability, a fellow Vanguard helping him frontline, or a duelist keeping enemies distracted, the right partner can make Ben even more of an unstoppable force. But here's the best part. The Thing isn't just a one-man wrecking crew. He can also support his teammates by drawing fire, blocking damage, and creating space. So, if you want to dominate the Battlefield Fantastic Four style, stick around as we break down the best teammates for the Thing. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. If you're playing the Thing in Marvel Rivals, you already know that this big guy isn't exactly the fastest hero on the battlefield. His rocky body makes him tough as nails, but mobility? Not his strong suit. That's where Storm comes in. When she switches to her tornado mode, she doesn't just glide around looking cool, she actually gives her teammates a speed boost. And trust me, Ben Grimm needs all the help he can get in that department. With Storm at his side, he can charge into the action way faster and start throwing punches before the enemy even knows what hit them. But that's not all Storm brings to the table. If you need to turn up the heat, she can swap to Thunder mode, which amps up the damage output of nearby allies. And guess who loves dealing extra damage? The Thing. This combo makes them an absolute menace in a fight. Storm giving him that extra punch while he smashes through anyone in his way. It's a match made in superhero heaven. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what does the Thing do for Storm? Well, she's got the power of flight, which is awesome, but also makes her an easy target. That's where Ben's embattled leap comes in. When he jumps in, he provides a short window of damage reduction, which can be a lifesaver for Storm when enemies start focusing her down. So, while she helps him move faster and hit harder, he's got her back when things get dicey. It's a duo that just works. If you're playing the Thing in Marvel Rivals, you already know that this big guy isn't exactly the fastest hero on the battlefield. His rocky body makes him tough as nails, but mobility? Not his strong suit. That's where Storm comes in. When she switches to her tornado mode, she doesn't just glide around looking cool, she actually gives her teammates a speed boost. And trust me, Ben Grimm needs all the help he can get in that department. With Storm at his side, he can charge into the action way faster and start throwing punches before the enemy even knows what hit them. But that's not all Storm brings to the table. If you need to turn up the heat, she can swap to Thunder mode, which amps up the damage output of nearby allies. And guess who loves dealing extra damage? The Thing. This combo makes them an absolute menace in a fight. Storm giving him that extra punch while he smashes through anyone in his way. It's a match made in superhero heaven. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what does the Thing do for Storm? Well, she's got the power of flight, which is awesome, but also makes her an easy target. That's where Ben's embattled leap comes in. When he jumps in, he provides a short window of damage reduction, which can be a lifesaver for Storm when enemies start focusing her down. So, while she helps him move faster and hit harder, he's got her back when things get dicey. It's a duo that just works. Now, if you're playing the Thing in Marvel Rivals, you already know he hits like a truck. But here's the problem. He's slow, his punches are devastating, but if your opponent has even a little mobility, they're probably dodging half of them. That's where Spider-Man comes in. This guy is fast, slippery, and can keep up with almost anyone on the battlefield. While the Thing is winding up one of his massive swings, Spider-Man can zip around, land some quick hits, and keep enemies from running away. It's the classic powerhouse speedster duo, and it works beautifully. Spider-Man's webbing abilities also set up the Thing for some absolutely brutal combos. He can yank enemies right into Ben's stone haymaker, ensuring that they actually take the full force of his slow but crushing attacks. And if an enemy tries to escape after barely surviving a hit, Spider-Man is on them in a second, swinging in to finish the job. Plus, Peter's playstyle naturally keeps opponents distracted, so Ben can focus on landing those high-damage attacks without worrying about being kited around the map. Of course, the downside to Spider-Man is that he's not exactly tanky. That's another reason the Thing is such a great partner for him. With his embattled leap, Ben can dive into the fight and soak up damage while Spider-Man does his thing. And when Peter pops his ultimate, that's the perfect moment for Ben to step in and keep him safe. Together, they're an unstoppable force. One brings the muscle, the other brings the agility, and your opponents won't know what hit them. Alright, let's talk about the best teammates for the Thing in Marvel Rivals. Because let's be honest, you don't want to be running around solo with Ben Grimm. Sure, he's a walking wrecking ball, but to really bring out the best in him, you need the right partner. And who better to team up with than the one guy who matches his raw power? Hulk? These two have been throwing punches at each other for decades in the comics, but when they fight together, they're an unstoppable force. Hulk's radioactive lockdown stuns enemies, setting them up perfectly for the Thing's stone haymaker, which can completely wreck a target's health bar. If they both activate their shields at the same time, good luck to anyone trying to take them down. But Hulk isn't the only solid pick. If you want to balance out the Thing's brawler style with a bit more control, Doctor Strange is a fantastic choice. His portals let the Thing reposition quickly, closing the gap on enemies who think they can outrun him. Plus, Strange's healing and shields mean Ben can stay in the fight longer, soaking up damage while still dishing it out. It's a classic combo of brute force and strategy. The Thing goes in swinging while Strange keeps him protected and moving. It's also hilarious to imagine Strange calmly setting up plays while Ben just yells, "It's clobberin' time!" and smashes through everything. Another unexpected but highly effective duo? Storm. Her mobility and zoning abilities make her the perfect setup partner. While enemies are busy dodging her lightning storms, the Thing can bulldoze through them without resistance. And if Storm uses her wind barrier at the right time, she can push enemies straight into the Thing's range, basically delivering them on a silver platter. It's a beautiful mix of chaos and precision. So whether you want a bruiser buddy like Hulk, a tactical support like Strange, or a disruptive playmaker like Storm, the Thing has some seriously strong allies in Marvel Rivals. Alright, let's talk about one of the best teammates you can pair with the Thing in Marvel Rivals, none other than Wolverine. These two aren't just powerhouses on their own, but together, absolute chaos. Thanks to their team-up ability, the Thing can literally pick up Logan and throw him straight into the action. That means Wolverine gets an enhanced leap, making him a nightmare for airborne enemies like Human Torch or Iron Man. Imagine being Tony Stark thinking you're safe in the sky and suddenly, boom! Logan comes flying at you, claws first. Brutal. And let's be real, the chemistry between these two is just too good. They've both got that gruff, no-nonsense attitude, but deep down, they're softies with hearts of gold. That dynamic leads to some hilarious pre-match banter, where Logan and Ben trade insults like old war buddies. Mid-match, it's no different. Wolverine cracks a joke about Ben's rocky exterior, while the Thing grumbles about Logan always getting thrown into fights head first. It's the kind of partnership that just works, both in terms of gameplay and personality. On the battlefield, Wolverine plays a similar role to Spider-Man. High DPS, fast movement, and relentless attacks. But what makes him special is how well he complements the Thing. While Ben dishes out devastating melee attacks, Logan is right there backing him up, shredding through opponents who try to challenge their combined strength. If you're playing the Thing and want someone who can dive straight into danger with you, keep Wolverine close. You won't just dominate fights, you'll do it with style. Alright, let's talk about the best teammate for the Thing in Marvel Rivals. And honestly, there's no better pick than Human Torch. These two have been bickering like an old married couple since Fantastic Four Vol. 1 #1. But when they team up, it's pure magic. The Thing is this massive, unstoppable force charging straight into battle and drawing all the attention. Meanwhile, Johnny Storm is zipping through the sky, turning enemies into toast before they even realize what's happening. They might be polar opposites in personality, but in gameplay, absolute synergy. What makes them work so well together is how their strengths cancel out each other's weaknesses. The Thing is all about taking hits and dishing out punishment up close, while Human Torch is a high-flying, long-range menace. While Ben is keeping enemies locked down with his sheer presence, Johnny gets all the space he needs to unload firestorms from above. It's the classic tank and damage dealer duo, but with extra flair, because let's be real, Johnny is always about the style points. And the best part? Their in-game banter perfectly captures their Fantastic Four dynamic. They'll throw insults at each other mid-fight, but when push comes to shove, they've got each other's backs. It's a duo that's not just effective, it's fun. If you're looking to dominate in Marvel Rivals with a partner who balances brute strength with fiery precision, The Thing and Human Torch are the way to go. If you're looking for the best teammate for The Thing in Marvel Rivals, then look no further than Invisible Woman. Susan Richards isn't just his Fantastic Four teammate. She's practically his in-game guardian angel. With her force fields, she gives Ben even more durability, which is already off the charts thanks to his massive health pool. If there's one thing that makes the Thing even scarier, it's giving him extra protection while he's charging into battle like an unstoppable wrecking ball. But here's where it gets even better. Sue isn't just a support character who sits back and lets Ben do all the work. She can flank enemies, deal solid damage, and even heal allies. When she's on the battlefield with the Thing, it's like the perfect storm of offense and defense. Her ultimate is a game changer, creating an area that slows down enemies while constantly healing allies. That means the Thing can trap enemies inside with her, and once they're stuck, well, let's just say they won't be getting out in one piece. This duo works because it plays to both characters' strengths. Ben thrives in close-range combat, soaking up damage and dishing it out like a heavyweight champion. Sue, on the other hand, controls the battlefield, keeping enemies in check while making sure her team stays alive. Put them together, and you get one of the most dangerous combos in Marvel Rivals. If you're running the Thing, pairing up with Invisible Woman is a no-brainer. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.